Spinoza Baruch or Benedict, born in 1632 and died in 1677, is Dutch materialist philosopher, excommunicated for his free-thinking by the Jewish community of Amsterdam. Spinoza was the founder of the geometrical method in philosophy. Spinoza's doctrine originated in a historical environment which made the Netherlands a foremost capitalist country after its liberation from the yoke of the Spanish feudal monarchy. Like the leading thinkers of his age, Bacon and Descartes considered mastery over nature and the perfection of man to be the main purpose of knowledge. Spinoza supplemented the doctrines of his forerunners with a teaching on freedom. He showed how human freedom was possible within the bounds of necessity. In solving this problem, Spinoza built his teaching on nature. In contrast to the dualism of Descartes, Spinoza maintained that only nature exists, being the cause of itself, causa sui, and needing nothing else for its existence. As creative nature, it was substance, or, as he called it, God. Spinoza differentiated between substance and the world of individual finite things, or modes, both corporeal and thinking. Substance is one, while the modes are infinitely many. Infinite mind could apprehend infinite substance in all its forms or aspects. But finite human reason apprehends the essence of substance as infinite in two aspects alone, as extension and as thought. These are attributes of substance. Spinoza's teaching on the attributes of substance is, on the whole, materialistic, but metaphysical, because he does not consider motion an attribute of substance. These are the propositions Spinoza based himself on in creating his teaching about man. According to Spinoza, man is a creature in whom the modus of extension, the body, is coupled with the modus of thought, the soul. By token of either mode, man is part of nature. In his teaching about the modus of the soul, Spinoza reduced the complexities of the psyche to intellect and passions, or affects, joy, grief, and desire. He identified will with intellect. Man's behavior, Spinoza maintained, is motivated by his striving for self-preservation and personal advantage. Spinoza repudiated the idealistic notion of freedom of the will and defined the will as always dependent on motives. At the same time, he believed freedom to be possible as a behavior based on the knowledge of necessity. However, according to Spinoza, only a sage, and not the mass of people, can be free. This interpretation of freedom is abstract and unhistorical. In his theory of knowledge, Spinoza adhered to rationalism. He elevated intellectual knowledge based on reason above the lower order of knowledge derived from the senses, and belittled the role of experience. Spinoza did much to promote atheism and free thinking. The purpose of religion, he held, was not the comprehension of the nature of things, but merely inculcation of high moral principles. Neither religion nor the state should encroach on freedom of thought. Spinoza's teaching on society makes him a successor to Hobbes. Unlike the latter, Spinoza considered democratic government, not monarchy, the highest form of power and restricted the omnipotence of the state by the prerogatives of freedom. Spinoza exercised a strong influence on 17th and 18th century metaphysical materialism, and his free thinking stimulated the development of atheism. His main works were published, one book in 1670, and another Ethica in 1677.